Hello everybody and welcome back to this tutorial, and right now we're going to continue with our regular expressions. Now what we did in the previous video is we took a simple look at some of the regular expressions to extract phone numbers, emails, and right now we're going to see our different available options using Regex. So open up your idle right here, make sure to enlarge it. Or I should make sure to enlarge it so you can see everything better. And right now we're going to take a look at some of the different characters that we can use in Regex. So for example, using this character, which is the upper vertical line, what we can do is we can use it to find one of two specified matches. Now what I mean by that is it will put first thing it finds as a match and not the second thing. Such as, for example, if we have a Regex world, first of all, we need to import RE. And if we have a regex that is, for example, equal to re.compile, and what we're searching for in this regex is, let's say, one of the two words. So, for example, we have, first of all, specify R for the regular expression, and in between the single quotes, let's say we're searching for two words. One of them is hello, and the second one is world. Now, in order to specify to Regex that it should search for one of these two words, you need to specify the vertical line between them. So, as I said, it will put first thing it finds as a match and not the second thing. So, for example, let's press here enter, and this is our regular expression object, and right now I will show you what I mean by the previous thing I said. So, string equals, and in between the brackets, let's say we specify the sentence hello world. Now, what do you think that will actually happen right here? Well, it will put as a match the first thing that it will find, as I said before, so it will be hello in this case. Let me show you right here. If we just type here first underscore match equals, and then I specify regex.search, which is a function that we covered in the previous videos, so you should already be familiar with it. And then in between the brackets, I specify string. If I want to print this match, I can simply just type first underscore match.group in order to print it out, and you will see that it will only find hello. It will not put a match of hello world in it. But if we want to, for example, reverse this in a different order, you can simply just type here string1 to be equal, and then we will use the same actual string, just we will reverse the actual word. So we will type here world hello. And we're going to perform the same search onto the actual regex object by specifying the second match. And you will see that right now we will have the world as a result, because it is the first word that it actually encounters that actually match this pattern right here. Okay? So second match equals regex.search, and we want to search from the string one. And right here, if we simply just print the second match by specifying the group function, string, yeah, it's not string.match, it is second underscore match.group, and you will see that right now the match will be equal to world. Okay? So now, let's take a look at the optional matching with the help of a question mark. Now, the question mark is another character that you can use to represent the, as I said, optional matching. And what I mean by that is that the question mark represents the group that should optionally be found if it is in a sentence. Now, for example, let us take a look at this example right here. So our underscore regex, we're going to use, or we're going to call it like that. That's going to be our regex object, so equals to re.compile. And let's say we want to search for word basketball, for example. So let's specify the R right here, open single quotes, and specify basketball. Now, let us implement the question mark right here. And in order to implement it, we need to implement it in front of the actual characters that we want to put in the brackets. Now you might be asking, what am I talking about? I will show you just in a case. Let's say we put these three letters in brackets. Now this can be anything you want, it doesn't have to be these 3 letters, I'm just showing you an example. And after this bracket you specify the question mark. Let me just find it on my keyboard. Okay, so here it is. And what this will do is it will try to find both of these things in a sentence. Whether the word is basketball or whether the word is basketball. Now it will find both of those words. That's the implementation of the question mark. Basically, it means that this part of the word is optional. So it doesn't have to be in it, but if it is in it, it will also put it as a match. So let me show you right here. If I just press here enter and we specify, for example, string 1 equals to, let's say, they are playing basketball. Now basketball is not really a word, but we're going to use it just to test out our regex object. And in order to match with this, we can simply just type here match1 equals, and then we will use our regex object, so our underscore regex dot search, and we're going to search from the string 1. If I just press here enter and try to print the match.group, you will see that we will find the word basketball. But if we have a string 2, for example, that says they are playing basketball, and we have a match2 that is going to be equal to our underscore regex object dot search, and we search from the string 2. And we once again print this actual object or this actual match right here, you will see that it will also find basketball. So once again, this exclamation mark this question mark right here represents or it is put in front of the actual optional line that should be found in a match, but it doesn't have to be in it, if you understand what I'm saying. So what we are going to do right now is we can take a look at the example of this with a phone number. So let's say user of program doesn't want to enter the code that represents the area code or the vendor code of a phone number. We can handle it like this. So for example, let me just restart this. So we have new open and clean idle right here. I will import RE. And let's say we have a phone underscore number, which is going to be once again our regular expression object. It is going to be equal to re.compile r, and then in between the single quotes, we are going to use the question mark to actually put the first 3 digits as optional. So we can do that just by simply opening up brackets, specifying backslash d backslash d, which we know by now that it represents digits. And we also need to specify the dash right here, and you will see in just a second why. And after this open and close brackets, we specify the question mark. So it means that all of this before it will be optional. Then afterwards, we specify backslash d for the second 3 numbers, and then dash. And then once again, we specify backslash d 4 times. So backslash d. And this is going to be our pattern. Now, before we begin, let us go over this one more time. So we specify the R for the regular expression. We open and close single quotes. And there we specify in between the brackets the backslash d dash. So if we have a phone number that is something like this, 065-555-5555, we consider this part as a vendor code, but we also need to use this dash with it in case the user only specifies this as a phone number. We don't really want to leave this dash in it because then it would be incorrect. So we want to also use this as a part of the optional phone number, okay? Because otherwise it will not find the phone number. So let us delete this. And right now what we are going to do is we are going to perform the search for a phone number. So match1 is going to be equal to phone underscore number dot search. And let's say in between the brackets, we specify a string that says my number is, And let's try with the, first of all, with the vendor code. So 065 or 4, doesn't even matter, 065 -555 -5555. Okay, then we can add dot as the end of the sentence, press here enter, and if we try to print this, so match1.group, open and close bracket, you will see that it will find the entire phone number. But if, for example, for some reason the user only specifies the actual phone number without the area or the vendor code, it will also find that one as well. So phone underscore number dot search, and here we specify, oops, here we specify the same sentence but without the area code. So my number is 555-5555. Press here enter, and if we try to print it, you will see it will find that one as well. So it does find matches. Now you can also use the find all function that we took a look at before to find both of the phone numbers, even though if they are different. So for example, match 3 is going to be equal to phone underscore number dot find all in this sentence right here. So right here we have, I have two phone numbers, 065-555-5555 and 444-4444. Press here enter, and match 3, if we just simply print it, let me just check. Oh yeah, it will not work right here. Yeah, because it will only try to find this right here. So let me just try it like this, if I just copy this. But I don't think that will change anything if we just simply add it right here. Add the regular expression right after it. Let's see if this will work. String object cannot be interpreted as integer. Yeah, let's go like this. Okay, never mind. I didn't copy everything, doesn't even matter. We're going to take a look at the find all in just a second, but before we do that, let us take a look at the curly brackets or big brackets usage in the actual regex. So what we did is we took a look at the question mark, what it means. We also took a look at the vertical line, which basically chooses between two different matches, whichever it finds first. And right now let's take a look at the big brackets. Now, it is used once you want to search for a string that is written more than once. For example, if you were searching for hello, 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 written in the actual string, you can do it by simply specifying the 3 in between the actual brackets, which are those big brackets, which I'm going to show you right now. So let us take a look at that. For example, let's say we have a string that equals hello, hello, hello. There. Okay, so simple as that. And our regex actual object will be something like this. Okay, so re or regex equals re.compile. Here we specify it just like this. So open these big brackets, specify the word in it that is going to be repeated. In our case, the word is going to be hello. And right after it, once you close the big brackets, open them again and specify 3. Okay? Simply just specifying this, it means that it is going to search for a string that has this word printed out 3 times, one after each other. So for example, right now, if we want to check for the match, we can simply just type here match equals and then regex.search, and we want to search from this string. Then if we just type here match.group, you will see let me just check it out right here. Yeah, for some reason it doesn't seem to actually find the match. Maybe I'm doing something wrong right here. Now, of course, I don't really know all of the syntax by myself. I usually search it up. But let us check it out right here if we can actually fix it, let's say we have a string that only says hello, hello, hello. Maybe that is the problem. We have our regex right here, which should be correct, and then we'll perform the actual search once again. Match. Doesn't seem to actually find the match. Okay, doesn't even matter. But this is the actual syntax for finding those kind of words. Now, for some reason, it doesn't really want to work right now. Maybe I'm doing something wrong. But nonetheless, this is the actual syntax for specifying multiple words repeated one by one. Now, let's actually take a look at something that I know will work for sure, such as the actual find all function. Now, we mentioned it before, but unlike search function, this function will return the actual all matches that it finds in the given string. So right now, let us take a look at it once again. Let's say, yeah, let's close it. I will reopen it because we have written too many stuff, so we don't actually confuse ourselves with the previous lines. Let us type here import RE in order to import regex. And let us use the example of the phone number because that one is the most simple to remember. Phone equals re.compile. And there we will specify the phone number format, such as, for example, \d. Okay, so we specified the phone number format. And right now, if we take a look at the previous example we did, if we take an actual look at the search function in this case, it will only find the first phone number in the actual string. So let us go over that real quick. Match equals, and then phone.search. We use phone.search because this is our regex object. And then in between the brackets, we will specify a string. And let's say it says I have two phone numbers or two numbers. 555-555-5555 and 444-444-4444. Simply by typing match.group, you will notice that it will only find the first phone number. But if you use the all matches, so all underscore matches equals phone.findAll, and you specify the same string, I will copy it so I don't actually write it twice. And then you want to print the for all matches, you will see that it will return a list of all the matches it found in the given actual string. So that is really important to remember. It is one of the most usable things in this regex library, this find all function, and this is something that you will use the most. Now, let's take a look at the creating your own set of characters in regex. For example, sometimes specifying the pattern can be a little bit too long, so Python has an option to specify for which characters are you searching for in a string. So let us take a look at that right now. Let's say you want to know, for example, how many vowels are there in a string and which they are. So you want to return an actual list of all the vowels it found in a given string. You can simply do that just by specifying the regex object like this. So vowel regex, let us call it just like that, equals re.compile. And there, in between the brackets, we're going to give it a regex object, which is going to look something like this. So open and close single quotes, and open and close square brackets. And in between the square brackets, we're going to specify all the characters that we are searching for in a string. So we want to specify all the vowels. So like here, we'll just type A, E, I, O, U. And then we also need to specify the same letters in capitals. So we actually find the capital letters as well. So let us specify them. A, E, I, O, U, then, or U, or however you want to pronounce it, U or U, and then press here enter, and basically all you want to do is specify the string from which you are searching for. So string will be equal to, let's say, today is really nice. And just so we can check whether the capital letters work as well, we'll specify the A with the capital A, and then we'll press here enter, and we're going to perform the find all function with our regex object. So vowel regex.findAll, and there we'll specify string. And you will see that our regex object and our findAll function will return the actual list containing all the vowels in the given sentence. Now, you can also specify a range instead of the characters, such as, for example, if you specify, let's say, different regex equals re.compile, and there we specify in between the square brackets, we specify something like this. So A to Z, lower letters, then capital A to Z, and then 0 through 9, which is basically, this means that we actually are searching for any letter and any number in this sentence itself. And you will notice right here, if I just type different regex.findAll from the same string as before, you will see that it will actually find the entire string, just it will return it in a list which elements are going to be the string characters, as we can see right here. Today is a really nice day, with capital A as well. So this syntax right here will return every character and every letter, and every number there is. Such as, for example, you can also specify, instead of A to Z, you can specify A through C. It doesn't have to be the entire alphabet. You can specify something like this, and that will work as well. Okay? Now, if you want to check for Python regex online, you can take a look at the website https and then pytex.org. And I will show you right now. If you just open this up, go to pytex.org. This website right here is basically, there isn't really much to it. What you have right here is basically two prompts right here to import the regular expression and to also import the test string. And just to make sure that it works, let us import our regular expression, which is going to be this one, without R, I believe. We'll check it out. Paste it right here, and then also paste the sentence, and it should return all the vowels in this sentence. Copy our test string, and then regular, let me see where the actual matches are. Let's go like this, because apparently we need to specify the actual R. Let me just see how this works. Haven't really... Okay, so here it is. It for some reason didn't want to find it before, but right now it does find it. As we can see, it found all the actual vowels in this sentence. So this is a website you can use in order to practice your regex. There are some other options right here that we're going to take a look at later on, but for now this will be more than enough. Okay, so I just wanted to show you that you have this website to use if you want to, and that would be about it for this tutorial. I hope you enjoyed it, and we're going to continue coding and learning regex in the next tutorial. Hope I see you there, and take care. Bye.